The second one is from my time in the British Army. It's a concept called two up, one down. Um, I was reading Frank Foley's Tales from the Gemba last week while I was traveling to Tokyo for Maya's networking event, which was amazing, by the way. I strongly recommend you come to more networking events if you don't. And he's got a small section in his book talking about the country manager as being a bridge between head office overseas and also his or her 2IC or second in command. The British Army's management concept is similar, but instead of one person above, it's two above. So two up, one down, one works like this. Everybody in the organization is told from the moment they join that it's their responsibility to be aware of what their boss is doing and why. Also, to be aware of what their boss's boss is doing and why. And also, third thing, to be aware of what their immediate subordinate is doing and why. This solves three major problems that corporations and startups face. One, it helps to get rid of most micromanagement because each person is only taking an interest in the person one step below them. You're trusting that the person below them and below them and below them is being looked after by someone else. So it's a good way to build in an anti-micromanagement culture. Second, it means that each person in the organization has a strong situational awareness of the goals and the intent of the broader organization and the larger team, which means that if, like myself or the German lady I mentioned earlier, you join a Japanese company and you're not given any tasks for the first 3 weeks, or you're given no guidance, you know how to use that free time, or you know how to get involved in projects, because if you know the broad direction, the larger goals of the company, you can start to make your own tasks. You can start to be productive without needing someone to give you direct instructions. And the third benefit of this technique is it helps bosses get used to answering reasonable questions from subordinates. This is going to be a big one in Japan going forward, because with more and more foreigners working in Japanese companies and more young people in Japan being exposed to foreign media and foreign culture and being less willing to just do the job because they were told to do the job, bosses in Japan, in order to be effective, are going to have to get used to answering questions from subordinates. And if we build in this structure, then bosses know from the beginning that the person one below them will be asking what and will be asking why questions. And it's part of their responsibility as the boss to explain to their junior colleagues. And that will help the junior colleagues feel more included, which will make them feel part of the team, and it'll help to get us away from this I only work for the money type of culture that we see creeping in at the moment.